Another, and man, I could go for some Taco Bell.
The history of this team, historically, for multiple iterations of the Mavs.
But yeah, if we can keep them out that far, I think.
15 and 12, you know, last year, Dallas are 5 in the West. Corner three.
Look from three to start it for PJ's awesome.
An NBA team's going to get shut out. Yeah. Three turns down an outside jumper.
Behind you.
And it's Derek Light.
Get it going with a nice dunk off the off. A good start tonight.
Which a lot of people have. Transition three. All over the last 4 games, he had 22.
Dialed in defensively for certain.
Margin-wise the other night, losing by 20.
Punishes Clay here for the nice jump hook.
Goes over big dudes.
Much have the rebound and head the other way. Derek Jones hurt tonight. Thought it might be other end. 3 seconds. He's got plenty of time. Kyrie restores the pass through traffic. Here's Harden. Is it for Kyrie? Gonna attack this. Kleba in the game. PJ 9 points, 5 assists on Thursday. Zubac got to, who's going to make themselves available. Deflected pass, picked up Lively.
You're toast, and he's always done a good job off.
Zubac gives it up. Amir Coffey's gone in the game with the timeout the other night. Low clock, contested close out. Clay puts it down. To go, this is a good play. Saheed
Lively.
Ask for some Mavs on the mic. Najee Marshall on the attack. And here he is on the attack, spinning. And free throws this year. I was really excited when it worked out that Najee, it might be 50.
That's incredible because he's shooting it at a high.
Got Kevin Porter Jr. in the game for the Harden, and mini step back 13. And there's more deep.
I think he saw Zubac.
Down the lane against Grimes. By less than 10 points, they had a 20 against 2 defenders. Way to spell for PJ's subs once we return to live action after that. Again, trying to take away 5 inside.
I bought that on the pregame.
Kevin Porter, but they just tied it up for a 3rd time. Over the limit with that foul on
high level.
Yeah. You know, he's always been an outstanding defender. Absolutely.
And we saw that with Boston on a consistent level.
Harden, a 3-point by Porter to Mo here. Marshall inside by stops, double pumps. Dallas in an advantageous, and the leading scorer for bench production night the other night, but the score in the paint at the end. He operates off a screen by Lively, and they gave up 15 against.
One of those dudes, though, is Clay catches aim.
To 3, he turned one down, went to 1, no good, but that is going to carry him. Going to put it down this time to Lively.
The better the result.
Yeah, you're going to need to make it if you're the only goal.
Lively screens. Clay.
Attitude, chemistry, but also dependability for Clay is Batum. Oh, man.
Line with 9:15. A shocking piece of research. It was Batum in the second game.
Hits hurt when I wake up.
Trimming it down to a 4-point Dallas. Shot clock winding down. Rescreen and a foul.
Take punishment in your face and you get called for the foul.
Made his first free throw. That made him 4. So we've seen both teams. Well, they have cleaned it up so far tonight. Other than, yeah, nice cut. Kyrie. He swings it to Powell. The defense. Gonna tall into Kyrie, baseline J. Powell to the vacated area. Fumble. 8 so far. Gafford, big strong defender, and even Zubac.
Yeah, that's a great.
Scored in double digits against Golden State. A nice job of tagging the roller and dunk. Pulls it over to Grimes, and
the Mavs are definitely paying a lot more attention.
Game, as a matter of fact, when he scored that on Thursday. First double digit. More to come on that. And Harden. James Harden's 200th free throw.
It was real bad. I mean, has it down to a science.
Where Luka missed 4 games. But the PJ.
Not like they were just smoking everybody.
Kick out for Derek Jones Jr. Way short on it. Gafford screening. Lively finds Kleba. Goal line.
Isn't that word?
They're probably
or something. All right.
Forms. I'm aware of a lot.
Okay.
The bench tonight. The ball. Washington trying to catch up. For 22 a game this year. Yeah. In the games ahead.
I mean,
I wonder how many lefties are ahead of him on the
history of the NBA and points scored. Moses Malone. That was the by Dinwiddie. Good decision to kick it out. Well. So far tonight, first time on the line.
Comes back and how different they'll have to.
Kyrie, corner three. Lost ball, Porter. Rebound to Thompson. And now an attack and offensive rebound percentage in the league. Per game this year. Under Porter to beat the buzzer. To the half. To build this lead, let's have a chance to score first to set a tone. And Dinwiddie to lead them right back into it. Dallas off a turnover.
Sometimes you want to go to the sky and wave a little bit.
Underneath, Dinwiddie able to pass. Mavericks in front might play later this year. They'll play 2 consecutive. Only Hamilton went for the steal there.
Over 45% from 3 in the corner.
Or there a moment ago. And Kyrie.
For 3.
Now to create late in the clock, Norman.
It's you not to do that, but if it works for you,
Wells collects it out to Dinwiddie. Little double clutch, missed the shot off. 3 for 3 Harden. Teams. The Clippers advantage 1. Powell inside Zubac, and it's all been by Zubac. Now on in. Norman, a player who's increased his score.
better than that.
Johnny Green for 11
A
points.
player coach will always.
35 1 year. Punchers only made 4 field goals in the second half of the quarter. Patel all going after it. Deep paint catch.
We'll send Gafford to the line.
Free throw line. Amir Coffey did. Yes. Now maybe an outside shot for Dunn. And he part of one a moment ago. Gonna attack.
If you say something, and I know
Gafford for the 3-point play. Then grab it. And then Gafford in the game.
I want to hear all the dunks.
And a good contest by Gafford, but on the Gafford softens up the defense with the day tonight. Porter.
They would hit that turnaround shot.
Grimes. He drives. Quality or special characteristics of him. And here's Najee Marshall with the steal. Harden for 3 with 1 minute against a shorthanded Orlando. The Mavs over the Clippers. And lively
From the free throw line.
Yeah.
He's throws he's taken in the game. It's a rating team. Rating, and they stayed there after the Powell. Easy basket. Drive, pull up. Porter rattles 13. Just to spread the wealth. I believe 4 of his last 6. Floater way off. Mo Bamba
Speaks to a lot of guys have it as well.
came out of Grimes tonight, by the way. 4 out of high. How about Grimes again? Powell around the defense.
0.2-minute stretch here.
Play 4 other times this year. Times recovered. Porter drives. Good dish. The defense back up to 15, 13 here.
Game, and I think offensively we got.
And nicely done. Good balance by Grimes. Quentin Grimes. And finding the man who's Porter trying to draw Cook.
It happened in an NBA game.
Yeah. End of the floor.
I read his lips. I thought he called him
Kyrie. What a big game out of him tonight. Third court. Powell sidesteps to close out. Gafford this time. Kyrie the shot and follow. A drive here by Norman Powell. And a
Moment.
the wave is still going.
And telling everybody where exactly they need.
Both teams have had players this. The Clippers were Powell makes some important 3.
Fun fact, he is named after.
Well, he got Lively coming back in. He slings it out to Clay. Puts it off. Zubac turns it to split this 2-game series with the Clippers tonight. And they're in front late.
And he has that right arm in there.
He's sitting on 12, now 30 to pass to Kyrie. Then a bounce pass. Wabatosa East. It's the half of the game. And the Mavericks have these for a hard-fought victory. And 1:20 left. Catch and shoot.
We controlled the game with
6-man. Dinwiddie at the end of the possession. Kai haven't played since. Really tough without Luka and Kai, but long in terms of making multi-comfort in the last minute of the game.
hanging around, especially coming out in that third quarter, enough to keep them at bay. And
Clippers are 16 and 13. 9 and Mavs had a nice burst at the end of the half to build this lead up. So the Clippers have a chance to score first to set a tone. Coming from the floor now, 15 points. 10 each for Thompson and Dinwiddie to lead the third quarter and let the Clippers right back into it. Dallas off a turnover.
to the bench or not. Sometimes you want to go
Timing on the clock and he, kind of point up to the sky and wave a little bit.
Area. Underneath, Dinwiddie able to target. Now it's Jones. Mavericks in front by. When the Mavs and Clippers play later this year, they'll play 2 consecutive for the first time in the game tonight. Only on Thursday, he gambled and went for the steal there.
Understand you got a guy that shoots, over 45% from 3 in the corner.
Points, but he just grabbed his 7th board there a moment ago. And Kyrie
behind him, but he sees Kyrie wide open for 3.
Rain for a roll to the basket. Now to create late in the clock, Norman.
You know, they try to get you not to do that, but if it works for you, it works.
Lob pass broken up, but Dallas collects it. Out to Dinwiddie. Drive by Harden. Little double clutch, missed the shot off it. 3 for 3 Harden. Look at the rebound margin this year for the 2 teams. The Clippers, and tonight it's advantage 1. Powell inside. Zubac, who have scored 7 in a row, and it's all been by Zubac. Now he's gone out. Daniel Gafford's gone in. Norman,
what you got?
You were asking about a player who's increased his score.
That blew me away. So there's somebody better than that?
Johnny Green. That's why his scoring average jumped up by 10 or 11 points.
A player coach will always
for that one. That's
yeah. So I think went from 27 to 35 one year. Clippers only made 4 field goals in the first half of the quarter. Let's see if the second half of the quarter can tell. Grimes and Kleba and Zubac all going after it. Deep paint catch.
Credit for the block because the foul will send Gafford to the line.
And Daniel Gafford to the free throw line. 16 went 7 of 10. Amir Coffey did for the Clippers. Grimes, bad pass. Shot, so he drives it. Now maybe an outside shot for Dunn, and he got with wide open threes here in the 3rd quarter. Part of Marshall. Marshall made a 3 a moment ago. Gonna attack. The last word. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
If you say something, and I know exactly.
Gafford for the 3-point play. Length and strength to stretch out and grab it. And then Gafford. The next timeout that occurs in the game.
I want to hear all the dunks. Yes.
Outside to Powell. And a good contest by Gafford, but on the... Gafford softens up the defense with his 11 straight games, with just 5 for PJ tonight. Porter.
Bobby going that fast that they would hit that turnaround shot.
Grimes. He drives. Oh. Is a word, by the way. It's more referring to quality or special characteristics of him. It's a wonderful camera. Oh, and here's Najee Marshall with the steal.
Sitting on that rim.
Harden for 3 with 1 minute. Gave up just 61 through 3 quarters against the shorthanded Orlando. It's an 8-point lead for the Mavs over the Clippers. And Lively
going from the floors, allowing him to get rhythm from the free throw line.
Yeah.
He's made all 4 free throws he's taken in the game. Here as a top 10 defensive rating team. Mavs to 11th in defensive rating, and they stayed there after the 1 of 2 there by Powell. Easy basket. Big screen, Batum, drive, pull up, Porter rattles figures. They've won 12 of the first 13. To deal with the absence of Luka Doncic, to spread the wealth. He's now made, I believe, 4 of his last 7, 4 for 7 since. Floater way off, Mo Bamba.
Higher level. And I think that speaks to a lot of guys having as well. Take a plethora of guys.
Super efficient game out of Grimes tonight. By the way, 4 out of assists. He has 5 tonight. 6 is his career high. How about Grimes again? Powell around the defense.
He's going to have a chance to have a 9-point 2-minute stretch here.
Almost 15 points a game as a starter. Playing a plateau he has achieved 4 other times this year. Kyrie Irving. Powell runs to an open spot. Grimes recovered. Porter drives. Grimes. Good dish. The defense off. Now that Dallas has built the lead back up to 15, 13 here.
You can't take the foot off the gas at this point in the game, and I think offensively we got
about rebound by Kleba, and nicely done. Good balance by Grimes.
A fourth quarter for Grimes.
Point fourth quarter for Quentin Grimes. Kyrie dribbles away from Powell and Dunn, and finding a man who's Porter trying to draw. Why not? Let him cook. Which it might have.
It happened in an NBA game.
Yeah. It's on the free throw line. Meanwhile, at the other end of the floor,
Coffey was yelling at the bench. I read his lips. I thought he called him murder.
Here's a handoff to Kyrie. Gafford, what a big game out of him tonight. Third against the Clippers. Dunn cross court. Powell sidesteps to close out. Another screen and roll with Kyrie and Gafford. This time Kyrie the shot and follows.
Incredible.
A drive here by Norman Powell. And
if we can kind of take away the moment.
And it's the wave is still going.
Team, because of his level of communication, telling everybody where exactly they need to.
Coffee thing earlier, so both teams have had players the same
time. It's almost like a crossing route in football.
The Clippers were seeing Chris Dunn and Norman Powell make some important threes.
Norman Powell, fun fact, he is named after.
I did not know that. Yeah. Wow. Well, I think Clippers run. Got Lively coming back in. Stretch, it appears. Double on Kyrie. He slings it out to Clay.
Oh.
Dunn drops it off. Zubac turns it. Mavs looking to split this two-game series with the Clippers. They lost by 23. They got Kai back tonight, and they're in front. Leaks. Shots here in the fourth quarter. And
it's the hand, yeah, that right arm in there.
Hasn't made a ton of shots, but he's sitting on 12, now 13. Back shoulder fade to pass to Kyrie, then a bounce pass. You know that Wauwatosa High School, Wauwatosa East. Well, here we go into the last minute and a half of the game, and the Mavericks have aim, and they appear poised for a hard-fought victory. It's a wrap on tonight. 1:20 left. Catch and shoot. Oh.
Kind of got it to 6, but then recontrolled the game with stop.
Using that clock as the sixth man. Dinwiddie at the end of the possession. This at the end of the game the other night when Luke and Kai haven't played since Kai. And obviously it's really tough without Luke and Kai. But the Clippers weren't a nuisance all night long in terms of making multi-finish line. With some comfort in the last minute of the game.
Close, continue to hang around, especially coming up in that third quarter. See, Mavs did enough to keep them at bay. And
the Mavericks are now 18-10 on the year. The Clippers are 16-13. 9